All right, peace and blessings. This is Lisa Marie of Live Free TV, and we have a special guest. Now, I'm gonna give you a chance to get it together. She's going to get some water, probably. I got mine, and it's filled with ice, so that's really good because it's hot up in here. So, ladies, we're going to give you a chance to come in. I hope you
Lisa,
remember. Yes.
seems like nobody wants to talk.
Oh, tell her I'm on a class, and I'll talk after six.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Yes, so yes, all is well, perfect, whole, and complete. So anyway, I wanted to just say first of all, welcome, welcome. We're going to talk to Karla Hampton. So Karla Hampton, but Karla, is your thing? I want to make sure I get it right. Is it intuitive business consultant, or what is your company called again? Or mine?
Intuitive, Intuitive Mind Co.
Okay, good. Intuitive Mind Co. And so while people are coming in, could you tell the people again, first of all, refresh their memories? You were already on already. And first, I want to tell them about the inspiration for this talk today and then for our master class that we'll be doing a week from this Sunday, a week from tomorrow, actually, next Sunday.
Right.
So, inspiration, you all were the inspiration. So, ladies, thank you for coming in. You all were the inspiration. Karla had mentioned something about making money moves and started talking about investment as a person. She was actually in the comment section with you all, and you all were like asking her questions. And, she said email her. And when I heard the interest, that a lot of you had in our investments and investing. I said, you know what? This is a wonderful time for us to team up. And it took me a minute to get it together because, y'all been here, there, and everywhere. I feel like I live in 15 places in 1 month. Like I do. I probably ain't been, but I mean, I started off at the hotel. Then I was in the guest house. Then I went back to the hotel. Now I'm here. So, yeah. So it took me a minute to get it together. But through all of this, we have gotten it together and we are going to be doing a master class. I want to get that out the way, y'all. So with my normal Sunday master class that you all used to doing, 2 hour course is actually going to be led by Karla. And we're going to talk about making those money moves. So actually, I would like to read a little bit of that and then we're going to get started. We'll bring Sister Girl in, Karla, and we'll really get down to it. So Karla wrote something that I love, and so I want to tell you a little bit about the master class, and then we'll have our discussion today about why we're talking about money and why really we're talking about money at this time. Because I think this is a time where people think that we should be afraid to think about money, talk about money, even utilize or spend money. And actually, the opposite is true. So, this is what Karla says. So, this is the description for the 2 hour workshop on Sunday, April 12th. It's going to be from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. In the next 48 hours, if you decide to be a part of it, it's $47. After that, it'll be $67 because she's mostly teaching, but we're co-teaching on so many levels. So, and it's going to be a lot of great information, and you're going to be able to do so much more. You're going to invest that 67, and I'm hoping that you're going to make 6,700 or more. So many of us sit at our day jobs fantasizing about our dream careers. Maybe you want to work for yourself as a freelancer or a small business owner, or you don't mind 9 to 5 but prefer another job that better aligns with your values, skills, and budget. You are just not sure when to take that leap of faith. And now you are in a time of crisis and struggle. The fantasy suddenly becomes a real life nightmare. Your world is turned upside down, and there you are stuck with your wheels spinning, paralyzed by fear. You may see a setback instead of a setup for something greater. You may only see a challenge when there's also an opportunity. When it comes to money and finances, you're not sure what to do, afraid that you'll make the wrong move. In this 2 hour workshop, you will learn what money moves you should be making now and how to navigate this moment with clarity, intention, and courage. At the end of this course, you will have information and resources on how to develop a money mindset, learn the language of money, and determine money moves in a time of crisis and beyond. So this was written by Karla. And so Karla is here with us tonight. Ladies, I'm so blessed so many of you are here. I say tonight, remember, y'all, I am 4 hours ahead. So it is already 5 in the evening. So first I'm going to say in the tree language, maha. And maha is really, or we could even say macho. because my show is good afternoon, but I think you say it after 7, so I'm gonna say maha. So maha means good afternoon or good evening. And so Karla, introduce yourself once again. If she looks familiar, yes, you saw her before. She was here. Karla, introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your business and what you do and why you do it. Because I think you like what you do. So talk about that.
So, let's see. Is there an echo on your end?
A little bit, but it's good. It's okay.
Okay. So, I am the founder of Intuitive Mind Co. And what that company is about is I have found a way to combine my expertise in law and business, as well as my intuitive nature, my intuitive side, to really help freelancers, entrepreneurs build a business and a life that they love, and that they build a business from the inside out. Um, I came to this work by way of law, um, and real estate, and also doing some really deep spiritual work over the past 10 years as I transition from a 9 to 5 to working for myself. And I found that transition to be a lot harder than I anticipated. Initially anticipated, and through that experience, you know, everything, any unresolved issues that you have, whether it's your relationships, money, issues where you have to trust and forgive yourself, um, whether or not you organize or messy, all of these things will come up when you decide to run your own business, because really the buck stops with you. And so what I want to do in my business is to, be able to get stuff done. So if you need to file your LLC, we're going to file your LLC. If you need to get that, consulting contract or that joint venture agreement, we'll work on that. But what I really also want you to do is I want you to build an authentic business that not only serves your customer, but serves yourself as well. And there's a lot of information out here, a lot of business gurus. I'm not trying to be another business guru. I am just trying to share with you the lessons and the mistakes that I've gone through, and to help you along your own journey and to guide you. Because whether or not you want to have a full-fledged business or you just want to have a side hustle, I think we all realize now the importance of having multiple streams of income, because that job is not going to always be secure. And I think a lot of people are finding that out now. And in addition to looking at your business, you really want to look at your money and
Yes.
your money mindset and understand your relationship with money, so you can set yourself up for success in life and business when it comes to money. And now that we have all this downtime, no more sports,
That's right.
no more, the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion, that's canceled.
Right.
So this is the time to reset. And while Mama Earth is having, her reset, and
Right.
globally we're having to reset, this is time for you to reset in your own life. So,
Exactly. I love that. And you know what I'm really loving? I think what I'm noticing about this time, and I think that people are really ready for the course and really ready for this discussion tonight, is that many of them are actually working from home. Something they desired, a lot of people, something that they've always been asking for. And even the ones that never desired it or never thought to or even asked for are actually doing it. So it shows you that your career could change, your life could change, your money and the way you make it could change. So kind of
exactly.
fantasy has now become a reality. So I think that this money conversation is going to be so important, and people are going to be able to hear it in a different way, because a possibility that was only a possibility, or in some
Right.
cases a dream, are actually happening. So we could look at that, the so-called crisis that turned into something that you kind of always wanted. What else is out there during this time that looks like a crisis, that is actually for our benefit and could be benefiting us in so many ways? So I'm really excited about that tonight, because I think that there is yes, there's fear, And I think that we make sometimes out of fear, we tend to say, hold on to every dollar,
Right,
don't spend, don't circulate. And it seems like you're saying that not necessarily, that
right.
even during the downturn, as far as economically, that we could actually still go up. So tell me how that's possible. I mean, I've heard of things where people have made money even during the Great So-called Depression, that people have made money during recessions even. So what is happening in the stock market? What does this time do for a lot of people? Because there's a lot of uncertainty. And how can we, I don't want to say take advantage, but how can we align ourselves with money making strategies at a time where it looks like money's at a standstill?
Right. Okay. Well, first, I want to do a disclosure that I'm not giving you legal advice. I'm not
Right.
giving you any financial advice. And moving forward, for those things, you can definitely follow up with a licensed attorney in your state or a CPA that if you're working with already in your business. So just get that out the way to do that lawyer
Excellent.
thing.
Most
But I think,
definitely.
the first thing is awareness. I
Mm,
just think a lot of people don't know a lot about money. They don't understand how money works in the society. They don't understand the language of money, particularly around investing in stocks and EFTs and mutual funds and health
mm,
savings accounts. And so I think, the key thing is just to be aware and to say, okay, I don't know this. I need to get educated about this.
right.
I need to understand how markets work so I can be observant and I
Right.
can know. I mean, people who are really observant are aware we're seeing these things before they happen and we're able to make certain moves before they happen. So it's important to be educated about finances and about money and to be aware. And
Yes.
this is something that can be done on a daily basis. For example, I spoke about Cash App in the comments before. Cash App,
Yeah.
they have a
That was.
feature that where you can invest even $1 in
Mm,
a company. And what's good about them is that click on the company, it gives you the information, it gives you where their stocks are. It's a really great tool for you to just research and get familiar with how the stocks are moving and what the companies are doing and what their shares are. And you can see how that moves. So just something as simple as getting on Cash App. I think Robinhood or Robin is another one of them. There are a lot of these different apps that allow you to do dollar investing or fractional share investing, and that's a way for you just to get
right.
familiar um,
Right.
and to
I'm listening
do
now.
something
Hold
every
on.
day towards it. So I think that's definitely the first key is to have that awareness and to start to, on a daily basis, engage with learning about investments, with learning about the stock market, the real estate market. And so, in the workshop, I'll be going more in detail into some of those resources, into, something you can do every day. I kind of set up a daily schedule for myself of little things that I can do to engage in money. We'll definitely talk about that. Um, there's something else called Money Dates that was created by Mary Tesler, this woman who was a financial coach, and she talks about taking yourself out on a money date. And
Money
there's
dates, did you say?
a money date, yes, a money
Okay,
date,
yeah. Okay. Money
yeah,
date, right?
a
I
money
like
date
it.
with yourself, where,
Okay.
and that's pretty much giving yourself permission to take the time to create the space, to sit down, to set an intention about what you want to do, whether you're going to take this time to go and look at your budget, or you're just going to take this time to look at a real look at your debt. You're going to take this time to read an article about a certain company, do research, or just really to get honest about where you want what you want your life to look at, what type of lifestyle you want, what type of
Right.
money moves you need to make to get to where you want to be. This is
Right.
simply, but you have to create that space and you want to be intentional about it. And if it's going to be kind of a longer time that you're setting down, to give yourself breaks in between, to really involve self-care in the process as well. And then when you're done, to really celebrate the work you've done and the time you've set aside and invested into this. So
Right.
it's really just about being intentional about starting to have a relationship with money. where this is not this thing outside of you that magically appears in your account from your job when they do direct deposit, or you're something out there in a different account that you're like just disconnected from, to really make it real and really make it something. The more you know, the less afraid you'll be.
Exactly. And I think, you know what, and I think that I'm seeing that a lot in so many ways. I think this is a time to kind of get clear about, I like what you said. What do you want? How do you want your life to look? And the reason why I was thinking about that was the idea of even me moving or being in another country and
Yes,
talking to the ladies about, because a lot of ladies were very intrigued when I said that here I am. So let's talk about evaluation. Let's go in a sense in a little more spiritual. It's all spiritual. Money is
right,
spiritual. But let's go in a spiritual direction where we're looking at our life. We're looking at what really matters to us, because I think during this time we're starting to see we never had a chance to look at what matters to us or even what is really before us. There is a new reality. And usually, when you have a new reality, you have to make new decisions. You have to map out your life in a new way. And you also are kind of challenged with new ways of doing things. So for
yes,
me, I thought, what about this? What about that the money you have is actually enough? What if the money you have right now is more than enough? But where you are, it may not be more than enough there. A lot of
right,
people are thinking about their retirement. Some people thinking about retiring early. Some people thinking about doing more online work. Or people are thinking about the big one is relocating. Me
yeah,
and my girl Janae had a conversation today, and she said, I was all about going somewhere. I was all about relocating in a sense, but I really got excited when you said that there was rent for $100, and this is a decent neighborhood. So I'm
right,
paying rent for $100, and some people were paying 1,000. And he went to a so-called neighborhood that was a little more central. You're paying 400 as opposed to 1,100. So it kind of shows you that money is about reality. Money is a reality
yes,
that is not fixed. In the
right,
sense that's the money you have, you may be looking at it as, if this is not enough to live in New York City, this is not enough to live in Raleigh, Durham. Oh my God, it looks like it's enough to live in Accra, which is the city. Think about going outside of Accra, and now you got rents that are even a lot less. And actually, it's so less to live here that to build, actually, people looking at us like, why are you even thinking about paying a year to rent? For that same money, you can actually buy a piece of land and build. So I think what I'm loving about this time is it's allowing us, by seeing other people doing it, that maybe my whole reality about money has been stuck in, I live here, I only have this much, and I only can do this much with it. So we don't have to go that far out, but I think there's people now looking at the world going, if it really is one world, and for some, maybe even on the negative side, a one world order, then where I live, in a sense, is up to me. Because, in a sense, I
exactly,
think that because of technology, we are becoming way smaller and way closer. So the possibility of generating income doesn't necessarily have to be from the same places that they were before. That's what
right,
I feel like for me, that this time has done for me, Carla. It has made me really seriously evaluate the world. As so my market is no longer just where I live. My
exactly,
market is a global market that I'm able to tap into. And so I just think that that's very exciting. And I want to get them excited. And I want them to understand
yes,
that you have more than enough. And so
exactly,
now what I like about investments is it kind of follows along with that. You can relocate and still invest in Cash App. My Cash App works right here in Ghana, just like it does somewhere else. So this is
exactly,
another kind of thing. What I love about the idea of stocks is that you can live somewhere else and invest in stocks and still, benefit from that. So
right.
what they're going to have you noticed that people are thinking a little differently because kind of they're forced now to think differently, and that in a sense they can think a little, maybe their mind could be more at ease. Because what I want is, I know people's minds right now are not really at ease, and what I want
Right.
to do tonight's call is, and you are doing it already, is putting them at ease by just opening up the possibilities. So what
Right.
do you think about that?
Well, I definitely, I think that we have to understand and we have to not beat ourselves up for where we find ourselves in our mindset. I mean, we were raised to believe and indoctrinated to believe you go to school, you get a job, buy the house, we get
Right.
2 cars,
Right.
and it's supposed to look a certain way. And
Right.
so that's slipping away for a lot of people, and they're holding on to it so tight,
Right.
and they're resisting the change. But the
Right.
change is already here. Okay,
That's
and
right.
so we need to learn to let go of that and be open to see. You know, you might decide, someone might decide to say, hey, I don't want to have a big house to live in. I'm going to live in this tiny apartment, or
Yes.
I'm going to travel. But what I will do is I'll own rental property.
Yes. There you
So
go.
I'll
Yep.
own investment property. Okay, and then the money from that, I'll hire a property management company, and the money that comes in from that is going to pay my rent, or is it going to pay for me to travel abroad? It's going to do, and it's going to do what I want to do. So there's different ways to think about it. Someone might not be necessarily comfortable investing solely in the stock market. They might want to invest in real estate. Someone might not have the money right now to purchase a property, but they can. There is something called REITs, Real Estate Investment Trust, where you can invest in a share of a commercial building,
Hmm.
of a multi-unit apartment complex.
Wow.
So where you're investing in real estate, but you don't own all the property, you own a share of the
Right.
property. So
Right.
there's a lot of different options, and so what's going to be really important is you're going to have to know who you are, what
Right.
your comfort level is, and what your goals are. Because really, the sky's the limit,
That's right.
of what you can do. And, for me, growing up, I was fortunate to have a father who decided to go into real estate. He was one of the
Mm.
first, my father and mother, they were like the first African American real estate investors in Richmond, California, in the Bay Area.
Wow. Awesome.
And he learned that from reading the book Think and Grow Rich. He was a Prince pressman, and on the job, he read different books. He saved up his little money, and he bought one property, learned on that property how to do it, bought another, bought another, and bought another. And so, I was kind of raised seeing him do that. Now, on the flip side, though, in let's see, the early 90s, there was like a crash in the real estate market,
Right.
and also due to to having a partner and not having proper paperwork in place, we pretty much lost everything. I mean, the real
Right.
estate market was devastated. People that we were renting to. Another thing, a lot of people that my parents were renting to were low income people, and when the crack epidemic hit, the Bay
Yes.
Area and hit Richmond, they
Right.
weren't even, those rents were gone. Like they weren't paying rent. So
Wow.
so that happened. And so, growing up, I I just saw that we lost everything. And my parents, they didn't really sit down with me and have a conversation about what's going on. And from that, I developed a lot of fear around
Mm.
money and around real estate. So, I went to school and I'm like, well, I'm just going to work my job. I'm going to, invest in my 401k, and I'm going to
Right.
play it safe.
Right. Right.
But I really did myself a disservice. And so this is really not the time to be fearful and play it safe, because while you are playing it safe and being fearful, other people are making money.
This is true. This is true. This is true. And I want to give them an example, another example. I was thinking about my sister friend that's, traveled with me, or maybe I guess I traveled with her to Ghana, however way it looks. But, she owns a restaurant back in Durham, but she's here. But so how's that working? Like, how is she able to make money while here when her restaurant is there? She has an amazing manager. So you talked about a property manager for your real estate building, or a commercial building that you buy. And though the same thing is true for her investment, more than investment, her having the restaurant. Because even though during this time people are still eating out, actually they're eating out more because they're like you said, they got a house full of food, but they're so kind of going through it, they rather just order. So
Right.
she actually is making money, and the money, of course, is going right into her account. That card, you can take that little debit card everywhere. where she has
Exactly.
access to her funds. So although she has no online business, so I just want to tell those I'm going to show you. I want to show you. Although she has
Exactly.
no online business that like maybe I have, she's actually still making money, and she doesn't have to be there to receive
Right.
the money. So that was just to me a wonderful way that even during a crisis, during the fact that people cannot go out to congregate right now, there was
Right.
a she's still making money moves literally and figuratively on a lot of levels.
Right.
And I
Right.
encourage y'all to say this that was an investment in the sense. In a sense, it's kind of like the real estate where somebody else is managing your property while you're gone. So that this idea of even real estate starts to look a little different when you think about you can actually have a brick and mortar and still leave and live
Right.
somewhere else. Something I used to always think, oh my God, you cannot go abroad unless you have some online business. There's no way you got, because you, most of the time, you're not going to leave the States and come to Ghana. I was telling my girl Janae
Right.
today, find a job. That's just not, it's not going to happen. That's a
Right.
given, the number one. You come here with an idea, some cash in your pocket, or an investment. But
Mm.
how did somebody like Goddess, who does not have an online, say, I'm moving in a moment's notice? I think that what I want to encourage the ladies tonight is to say, again, as you wrote so eloquently, it really feels like a challenge, doesn't it? It really feels like a crisis. But look what's coming out of the crises.
Right.
And so you're right. The idea of, I love what you said. Why don't we sit and do a budget? It's probably time to do a budget anyway.
Yes.
Some of us are getting unemployment benefits. That means you're not getting your same money.
Right.
Some of us are laid off. Some of us. So I think that instead of being scared and like getting under the covers and hoping it all gets better soon, why
Right.
don't we evaluate? Like this is you are right. This is a great time to say I am not. And most people watching are probably have been affected by the so-called crisis. And I
Right.
think what you're asking is, so what are you going to do? And you gave some of the suggestions you gave already was evaluate your money, make a
Yes.
budget, decide
Yes.
what you want at this point in your life because everybody's thinking in a different way. So
Right.
great, amazing tips.
Right.
So before we go on, let me just give the greetings. You know how we do it, Carla.
Right.
Call some people. Let's see how everybody's doing because we have 33 women on today. So this is a very good. They were waiting afternoon. Let's see. Hey, KB. She says, greetings. Hey, y'all. She says, Aquaba. Yes, Aquaba is right. Aquaba, Miss Jackie. She says, Lisa and Carla. Sean Diallo. Hey, how to you, darling? Good afternoon, ladies. Thank you again, Miss Jackie. Renata, hello to you. Maha. Good day, Chanel. Christy Lewis. Good morning. Good morning. Are you morning? Or you're a little afternoon? Well, I don't know, depending where you are. Hey, the Bronx Sue. Good day to you, darling. Yapa, how are you, darling? Hope you're well. Good afternoon. Hey, Bev. Miss Jackie says, that's right, thumbs up, lady. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much. Thumbs it up. Thank you for that. I always appreciate you. Aliana, 10. Oh, it is morning because in California it's 10 a.m. That's right. Okay. Y'all on. Like it's 10 a.m. in California. It's 5 in the afternoon right now. So this is a whole
Right.
nother world. I'm in like a world of difference now. Hey, 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 Deborah. Peace, Lisa. Hey, Sister Carla. Thanks for sharing. Yes, thumbs up, ladies. Sheila, how are you? Thanks for sharing this info. Yes, we need this right now, don't we? This is like I feel good when I think about money. Like I'm feeling better already. I think we all are. You're welcome. 111 after Michigan. Okay, that's right. So after one. Good afternoon, Carlette. Hey, Carlette. How are you? Judisha, where you been? I see you every once in a while. Welcome, Aquaba. You are so right. The change is already here. Exactly. So, ladies, I just want to remind you we're going to continue. If you have questions and anything, this is a perfect time. I see more and more coming on. So, Aquaba,
Yes.
welcome. If you have any questions about anything, let it comments, whatever. You know how we do it, ladies. Please feel free. So this is we have an expert here. Ask questions. And remember too, what I love about Carla is you can see in her description and her name is intuitive mind. So that's another thing. Like I want to ask you, Carla, how can we as I think that some of us our intuition is actually being reactivated during this
Yes.
time. because I think anytime you get to sit with yourself, y'all, I think I used to always tell you this, that I feel like if y'all be like, oh, like you're so insightful, Lisa Maria, like you're getting all these messages, because I had a lot of time. I mean, this is the whole like not staying in. I was left with y'all. I was staying for 4 days and be like, did I not go out one time? So I kind of do. So I was thinking that, but now a lot of you all are getting more time within, or more time with yourself. And so, what do you think, Karla, this in this time of introspection, this time of being going more within, what can that do as far as our intuition? How can our intuition play a part in directing us in making some better money moves than when we were all over the place?
Exactly. So, first, let me just say, kind of back up and talk about intuition. Because I think for some people, they feel like, oh, you have to be psychic or you have to be at an ashram or something like that. Or, like how they think it's something like outside or some sort of extra power or something. And it really is, for me, I feel that intuition is awareness and observation. And I
Hmm.
think that it's not kind of a rule thing. I think um, our subconscious mind, our different energy bodies are constantly taking in information from the environment. Our
Hmm.
brain, our eyesight is constantly taking in information. And that's one, to keep us alive and protect us, right? But two, we're taking all the information. And so on a subconscious level, we're picking stuff up. So that's why with women, you hear about women who they're like walking down the street and it's a place where they do all the time. It's like a route that they take. But this one day, they just get this weird feeling and they don't know quite why because their body, like something, their energy is picking up that, oh, something is not right about this environment. So I think
Right.
really it's, you have to be still. You have to silence in the space and the time to really be with yourself. And you
Right.
want to become more observant. And so that's why, meditation is such a great tool because
Right.
it allows you, I would say meditation is not really to stop thinking because those thoughts are going to be there.
Right.
Meditation
Right.
is to help you get space between you and your thoughts. So you're not
Mm.
always just so reactive, that you're more
Right.
observant, and you're
Mhm.
more kind of even healed in your life situation. So I think meditation is key. And it doesn't always have to be sitting down meditation. I know for me, I like to shake. I like to do
Mhm.
sensory movement. I like to get into my body, get really
Yeah.
grounded. That's
Yeah.
also another important piece. And I think too, um, trust.
Mm.
Being able to have discernment when it comes to intuition, being able to trust yourself and to trust your body wisdom. And that is just comes with practice. And so, I used to tell people, well, you can do something, if you're on your way to the store or you get in your car and just listen to your intuition, like, okay, I'm being led to turn left, but I usually turn right, so I'm gonna turn left. So these are different things you can do even in your own community. Get out, get some fresh air, go walking, and just kind of not have a plan. Just listen and be aware and see where your body is telling you to go, where your intuition
Right.
is telling you to go. So,
Right.
in the workshop, I can give kind of more exercises and stuff to do to kind of have a playful sense because you want to be playful about it too. You want to be
Yeah.
able to tap into that imagination, that creativity, and to
Yes.
tap into that observation. And it's not always just the intellectual mind,
Right.
and that ego that's there. But you want to get a place of silence and stillness so you can get used to hearing, get familiar with the other voice, your inner
Right.
voice.
Absolutely. I think that everything you said is so right on. And I think that, again, this is the time to do it, because I
Yeah,
think that we could go a couple of places with this time. A lot of us are feeling, and we're just going to say it and so we can get it out, because I believe we should I believe in detox. And some of us are feeling trapped. Some of us
yeah,
feel like we have no choices. Some of us feel like we're waiting for somebody else to make a choice for us. And I think that this workshop that's going to happen is very empowering. I think all the classes that are coming out, Blackberry Beauty of Coming with Intuitive Mind, I think that it's all about empowering and saying that you can flip this around. This is actually
Yes.
a very empowering time. And I love that idea of playfulness. Like I say, it reminds me of this movie that just it comes to me more now than ever before. And unfortunately, it wasn't a great movie, but it was called A Beautiful Mind.
Oh,
And I'll tell
yes.
you, it was about a Nazi war. It was about the father and the son, and literally they was in a concentration camp. But the
Yeah.
father pretended it was a game so his little boy would not be scared. When clearly they were in a concentration camp. And I feel like, in a sense, it's that mind over matter. That if you go, you didn't. You when you lived, you were living and you were having fun. So in that sense, I think we do have to come back to that. Like I'll give you an example. Like we're all going through it in our own ways, but what are in a sense what are we going through? When I say going through, I'm almost acting as if we're going through a portal. That really this is a portal, an opening to something greater that we asked for. So I'm here. I got babies and around me and family and this and that. I don't really have space to myself, nor do they. I mean, it's like it's not easy for all of us, but at the same time, instead of me looking at it like I can't wait or when is the next move or when is something going to happen, it gives me more time to perfect that I want. This is perfection time, y'all. This is we listen, we forgot because we were really gung ho in the beginning of 2020 when we said that 2020 talks about perfect vision. So
Right.
the universe is still saying it's still 2020. It's still about perfect vision.
Yep.
And we just tell you that the perfect vision was going to be no matter what's going on, no matter what you think you're seeing, the vision must be perfect. So this is about perfection. So I think when we're talking about money, in a sense, we're getting the opportunity to perfect that. Before we were spending our money on all of these things that none of us are actually probably buying now. We can't
Right.
get our hair done. We can't get our nails done. I mean, we can't do like there is some real stuff going on, and I think what's
Exactly.
happening, right? Like
Yep.
what's happening is I think we're first of all learning how to say we're all right here. Even though when everything, we'll go back to that. Don't get me wrong, that's fun. I'm not taking that away. But also it gives you opportunities to think about, I feel like more ideas. Let me say this.
Hmm.
Sometimes I feel when we have less, we actually have the best and most creative ideas and we become very innovative. I
Yes.
see that in Ghana a lot. Like we talk about one day I'm going to open a hair salon. Let me just give you an example. One day I'm going to open a nail salon. One day I'm going to own. Let me tell you how they open. They're not like they take uh, wood and this the door, this the door, this the top, this the booth. That's your shop, okay? It's real simple. You got a table and some chairs and a little place to wash, which ain't even like a bucket. They just cut this.
Right.
When I'm talking about innovation, it is the most it's almost like we don't ever hear they don't wait for the dream because somebody got some hammer and nails and a spot and they will open up that spot and they will build it in no time and they will create something from it because the
Exactly.
idea is that they need to eat today. They can't wait for the dream and everything perfect. So I
Right.
think
Right.
it's something that, right, we'll have the baby, honey, when we'll get pregnant when the time is perfect. This is so we're waiting for a perfect time to make perfect moves, but it's really we make more perfect moves in imperfect times. That's what I
Exactly.
noticed. We make the
Exactly.
best moves sometimes when the times are the hardest. So don't forget that. This is really the best time to talk about making money moves. This is the best time to take a
Exactly.
money workshop because everything it might sound counterintuitive, right? It might be like, no, this is not. Hold on to every dollar. We never know what the future brings. And we
Exactly.
forget the future is still going to bring what we believe the future is going to bring. If you don't think about your money in the future, you
Right.
don't have a future. So when you
Right.
think about your money in the future, you're saying to the universe, wow, I'm ensuring that there is one. So the worst thing I believe, not the worst, but the thing you might not want to do is sit there and hold on so tight, thinking that you're expecting your future to be determined by somebody else, but it's still your
Exactly.
2020 perfect vision. It's still all about what you put out there. What would you say on that for people that might be still like, I'm not trying to take no classes. I'm not going to take a workshop. I ain't going to do nothing but sit right here and wait for all this to be over. What would you say to those folks?
Right, right. I would use the analogy of, let's say, an athlete. You know, um, when this all happened, I'm a tennis fan, and so the Miami Open was supposed to happen at the tennis, and then that got canceled. And so I'm thinking, if you're an athlete at this time, you know that in the future there's going to be a tournament, there's going to be a game. So if you're in the gym every day doing the work, when your number is called to perform, you will be ready to perform. Other people who didn't go to the gym, who played, goofed off, didn't do anything, they're not going to be ready to perform. So
That's
you want
right.
to always be prepared and ready to perform. And
That's
in
correct.
this workshop, what we're doing is, we're saying, hey, listen, I want people to be able to utilize this time. And I want this workshop to be very practical. You're going to get the information first, but you're going to do some work.
Right.
I want you to do some work because it's very easy to sign up for something and to be a passive learner
Right.
and to not actually implement and take action. And I am all about implementing because I have been that person where I've signed up for a bunch of courses and didn't do that. Right.
That's right.
And
I
so,
understand.
and every time I've done that, I hurt myself. I broke promises to myself. And so
Right.
the more action you take, the more confidence you'll gain in yourself, the more you'll trust yourself, your intuition becomes stronger, the money game will become stronger, the mind game will become stronger. So this is really an important time to learn. You know,
Yes, sir.
it's so important. And you think, you're like, oh man, I can't leave, I'm stuck.
Right.
Man, listen,
Yeah.
they could take you rock, they can take, you know, you going out and doing things, but they can't take this. They cannot take your
Can't
mind.
take it.
They
Come on now.
cannot take
That's
your
real.
mind. Okay.
Yes.
Your
Yes, Queen.
ability to have imagination, to question, to research, to read, to write, to think, to create. You know, they say in history, there was a period of the Dark Ages that people went through. And it was pestilence and death and poverty and, oh my God, the end of the world. But what came after the Dark Ages? The Enlightenment period.
Come on
That
now.
was when we had science and art
That's
and
right.
music and
That's
everything.
right.
So if some might say this is a dark time, but at the other end of that, it's going to be an enlightenment time. And so you want to be
There you go.
ready. You want to be ready out the gate to be prepared
That's right.
to take opportunities. You don't want to try to be learning and catching up. No, like now is the time. Even if you say, well, I'm interested in this workshop. I want to learn this stuff, but I like sisters. Like really, I don't have the money to really do major investing. I'm going to tell you, $1 a day is all it takes. And if you don't have that, learn about it. So when you do get the money, when you do get the resources, you're good to go and you know what you're doing.
I say.
There's
I
so
love
much,
it. That's
there's so much out there. I could not, I don't feel comfortable just sending people out into the world of Google.
right.
It's like a wild, wild west. And so what, I've done is taken my experience, taken all the programs I signed up for, so y'all didn't have to sign up for them.
That's
And
right.
I'm really trying to be mindful and thoughtful about what information to provide, what is really going to work for you, and what are the tools and skills, to cut through all the noise for you to just, be able to get it done.
See, that's excellent. And I so appreciate that. And I always feel that coming through from you, everything you just said. So that's a reality. And I love it. Let's actually greet a few more people that just came in. So we got, hey, Falana Photo, morning to you. Morning, afternoon, evening. Listen, we in a beautiful world when we can be in the morning, in the afternoon, and the evening at
Okay.
the same time. That
Yes.
that really gets me. Uh, let's see. I'm getting motivated. Yes, Felicia. That's what we want to
Yes.
hear. Whitney Joy says, hey, Lisa and Carla, thanks for all the good info. You are welcome. How are you, darling? Carlette says, what is Carla's social media information? Okay, Carla, make sure we have that, and I will actually put it up on the banner once you give that to me. So that would be great. So we'll have that. Thank you, Carla, for asking. That's a great question. I'm watching in Dallas, Texas, in Central Time Zone, and it's 12:30 p.m. here. Do you know what I'm saying? Excellent.
Mhm.
Hey, Candace, or if there's a world meditation scheduled for tomorrow, yes. Night at 7:45 p.m. EST, 10:45 p.m. Thank you, New NYC EST, 2:45 a.m. in Ghana. Thank you from wherever you are and whatever way you meditate. Y'all know I've been calling for this. Y'all know I've been calling for it. So I am just so happy we are finally getting it. Thank you. Thank you, Candace. Candace also says suggested focus is the clearing and healing the planet and our lives. Peace. Suggested meditation time is 20 minutes during whatever type of meditation you do. Y'all, that is extremely powerful. This is what I've been talking about every single day since I got on. And I'm just so, Candace, thank you for that amazing information. So very
Yes.
powerful. Hopefully I will be a part of it, but I'm already a part of it anyway. But thank you. Ken Jacqueline says, this is the time to prepare for the change. Yes, there are classes that are now being offered on Comcast. Check that out. Math, Spanish lessons, French lessons. Believe me, the changes are, yes. Get
Yes.
your languages in. Yeah, this Miss Jackie, that was very, very powerful what you said because I agree with that. Get your languages on. Get your whatever you ever want to learn. This is not the time to be sitting there going, I'm just going to wait. I just sit still and everything's going to work out. And I'm going to be, and then you're right. It's
Exactly.
going to, you know what's going to happen? We are entering a zenith. We are entering a new world. And the new world, you will not be prepared for it because in the time that you could have been, because believe me, whatever you believe on whatever level is going on, we all believe that there's something that is happening that's going to change us forever. This
Right.
already has changed us forever.
Right.
So don't we want to be ready for the new worlds, whatever, however that manifests? And so, yeah, I love it. I love the idea that people are taking classes, math, like you said, science. I love languages because I think languages
Yes.
are going to be, I truly believe that we are definitely in a time where I keep just feeling this thing. I must have said it more than once, but I feel like the world is growing smaller. I feel like that it's interesting. I'm gonna go a little off there, but I'm gonna go because that's me and I got to do it. So this is my channel. I'm gonna do what I want. Okay. But I was talking about this idea of let's just. I want to show how we can change energy right now. Let's even talk
Mhm.
about this idea of the 5G that many people are now afraid of,
Right.
right? Because I want to talk about how
Right.
we can eradicate fear. But let's
Right.
talk about why they even want it. So we're going to be able to hook up all devices that the net is going to be faster. We're going to be able to connect in a global way. Nobody talks about it this way. I'm probably the craziest person to say it so positively, but that's what I want you to know. The
Right.
idea, whether it's good or not good, the idea is that it's going to bring us closer together faster. So in many ways, we'll have a higher speed. We're able to connect. We're able to have a stronger
Mhm.
connection. Let's turn it around, y'all, because that is the intention. Whether what it's going to do, that's different. We can get rid of that with our minds and our bodies. But if
Right.
that is the case, and the world is preparing to move quicker, which is actually evolution. That's always been the case. We have always wanted, we've learned more, we grow more, we create more, and most of us want it faster. Are you ready for a faster paced world? What if you are that person that's going to survive the 5G, going to survive the whole thing, become very strong beings? Wouldn't it be good to prepare for what is already going to happen, which is faster, closer, easier, more connection? So I think, yeah, I think I'm really now, I'm just talking. I'm really now understanding that I'm going to look at this in a whole nother way and be more prepared for the opportunities of how technology is moving
Exactly.
so quickly, and we don't want to get left behind.
Exactly.
We know what happens when you get
Exactly.
left behind, especially with technology. So, what do you say about that as well?
Yes. No, I think that is so key and important. I think, you know, from a money perspective and an investing perspective, understanding the technology that's coming, 3D printing machines, virtual reality, AI technology, robotics, being,
Yes.
Tesla, the company Tesla. So, like, really also keeping your mind on technology and what's coming, even kind of money and investment wise. And then for yourself,
Yes.
being able to um, you know, be able to adapt quickly. You want to be able to adapt quickly to the
Yes.
technology.
Yes.
You have some
That's what it's
people like,
about.
you know, you've been using StreamYard, I've been using Zoom. There's some people that are coming onto Zoom these past couple of weeks they've never heard of Zoom before. And now they're having to adapt quickly to Zoom and adapt quickly to this
Yeah.
online world that we're in. So you want to be able to adapt. So you always want to be able, you want to kind of keep your eye on what's happening, what's coming. One of the things,
Yes.
my father was a wise man, and one of the things he told me to do in college was you want to learn Peaches. He said, Peaches, you want to learn that computer science. And I was
You
like,
want to
"Dad,
learn what? Say it again. You got a little.
computer science. You want to learn that computer science. And I am
He knew
not
that.
inclined, I wasn't inclined at all. And now I'm looking
Right.
at different free programs online that teach you how to code because that is going to be another language of the future. So in addition to Spanish and French, Mandarin, I think coding and knowing that language and learning to code is going to be
Yes.
important. And if you are in
Yes.
any way inclined or willing to push through, I
Right.
will highly recommend that you look at that. You want to make yourself um, the go-to person. You want to be able to
Yes.
say, I can do this, I can do a little bit of that, I can do a little bit of this. Because in this
Yes.
world that we're in, if we notice over these past years, we've lost depth. People are
Yeah.
kind of okay with shallow. Um,
Yes.
they're kind of expecting shallow. We've lost depth. So if
Right.
you can, pick 2 to 3 areas that you can, really kind of do a deep dive in, that
Right.
you feel comfortable in, I think that's going to be key. The multiple streams of income, understanding the technology that's coming, also
Yes.
understanding how people learn and take in information online is going to be really key as
Yes.
well. So these
Yes.
are things I'm like getting excited. I mean, this is like, I'm gonna be completely honest. When all this first went down, for 3 days I was laid out. I was just out. Like my energy was low. I was just like so overwhelmed. And
Yes.
then I had to snap out of it,
Yes.
get my body moving, give myself a routine, and
Yes.
I've been doing research about the 5G and all this stuff. And
Yes.
like, I was like, in your mindset too, I was like, listen, it's here. Like,
Yeah.
whatever's going on, it's here. I personally,
It's here.
I'm not picking up a gun and starting a revolution. Like, I don't have a cache of weapons in my place. That's not.
That's
So,
right.
but what I do have is I have this. This is my weapon.
There you go.
Okay, so
There
how
you
can
go.
this and this are my weapons. And so
I say.
how can I really see this as an opportunity to position myself? It's all about positioning yourself.
Yeah.
And one of the
Yeah.
things that tends to hold us back from taking opportunities is the money. Is feeling
Yeah.
like there's scarcity. I don't have enough. I
Yeah.
can't invest. Do you know that there are people that buy homes with no money down, have no money, but they are smart and they find a good property that the
Mhm.
lender knows is going to sell and make them money, and the lender's going to make money off the interest. So here's some money for the house, 100%
Right.
for the house.
Mm.
Now we have, Small Business Association has all these loans, these disaster loans for people with small businesses, for
Mhm.
self-employed, for 1099s. There's all these financial assistance packages programs now.
Mhm.
Money that's just out there for one of the it's called the Emergency EIDL. I can't think of the name, but there's one in the loan programs. But when you apply to that loan or business, you are eligible for up to $10,000. And let's
That's
say they look at your application and say, okay, we're going to give you 5,000, and then they process your application, and you actually don't qualify for the full loan. You get to keep that $5,000. You don't have
that's
to
right.
pay that back. So
That's
there
right.
are all these things and all this information and all this opportunity and availability is out there. But if you
Yes.
are afraid, if you are under the covers, if you are stuck, if you're holding on to the past and what you had, you're
Yes.
going to miss your opportunity.
Yes, it really is. And I'm so glad that we both, I think, really kind of simultaneously felt that vibratory shift in our thinking. And therefore, that's what's going to shift this whole movement of fear into triumph to me, I believe. But it really just occurred to me when I just talked to you, I was like, well, wait a second. Because some people are like, oh my God, technology is evil. And we don't know. Technology is not evil. That is not going to be my mantra. Because for me, technology is keeping me afloat, helping me to make money, being able to travel, to do other things. So I'm
Exactly.
the last person to put down some technology. I'll be sound like a fool right now. So I'm realize. Yeah, I thought about it. I said, wait now, 5G, wait now. The purpose is faster, better, closer, connection. Like I said, the technology got you it's 10 o'clock in the morning somewhere. It's 12 in the afternoon somewhere else, and it's 5 in the evening. See, that fascinates me, y'all.
Yeah.
That's fascinating to me. It means the world is smaller and closer. So I do think we start want to start looking at. I think investing is looking ahead.
Yes.
So I mean, we might invest in technology. Man of fact, I just thought about it. We need to be investing in the goddamn 5G. That's what we need to be doing.
Okay.
It just hit me.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
where the money's at. That's what they're putting up. We're missing out. We could be investing in this instead of being against it because it's already here. They didn't
It's
say it's
here.
coming. They
Right.
already put them up already. So this is the
Exactly.
fact. I mean, we better make lemonade out of lemons. We better. We know that, and we do it well. And I think that if anybody's going to survive, then I think it's going to be the African. I think it's going to be the African American. I think it's going to be the Africans in general. So I feel like we are very much innovative. So do not be
Yes.
afraid of that is coming. It is actually
Exactly.
about it, know what it's going to do, and how it's going to benefit you and your company. Because again, I like when you talked about the Cash App. The Cash App again is based on still. My Cash App. I'm looking at my cell phone when I'm sending money back and forth. I mean,
Hmm.
this the beauty of it. We don't want to smite. We don't want to put technology down because again, we're on technology right now. We
Right.
rely on it as a world. Forget a society. So
Exactly.
I think that it is time to embrace it. It is time to invest. It is in time to understand because people talk about money being, and we'll talk about that probably a little more in the workshop. But the idea of that money will be digitized, right? In a sense, it is now,
Exactly.
right? No paper anymore. We already got cards. I mean, okay, they want to go to a whole nother level, and I know we can get into that, but we're not going to do that. I just
Right.
want to keep us on a positive level. Like, what is this new money, and how do we learn how to circulate it? Is that
Exactly.
bitcoins? Is that whatever that's going to be? Cryptocurrency. We need to learn and understand so that we can be on the
Exactly.
upside and not the downside. So let me see.
Exactly.
Let me go back to some. I missed a few people. So, Candace, again, thank you so much for the meditation classes. I mean, that's coming up. Okay, KB, I saw you. I take comfort in knowing they cannot take your mind. That's right. Looking towards the 21st century renaissance. What say you? Yes, exactly. And I think we just spoke about that without even seeing it. We really are. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am. Jacqueline, thank you both, Lisa and Carla, for this information. You are very welcome. Midasi. I was saying that there's so much learning that we can do now. There are so many classes that are being offered on cable. Oh, yeah, we got you. We love it. You are so right. Candace Thomas, yes, I'm doing this as well. I heard about it from Forever Conscious. I'm so glad there's so many conscious people out here now. Thank you both for sharing yourself and your wisdom. Though I walk sometimes in fear, I still walk. Yes, ma'am. We all do. First of all, we all do. The fear, don't worry. We all admit we was getting down. You always ahead of things, Lisa. Oh, Carlette, thank you so much. Amen, KB. Though I walk sometimes in fear, I still walk profound. Isn't that beautiful? Aliana, chanted, yes, and journal this morning that I will listen to encouraging sounds, meditation, speakers, music, lessons, and to hear her clearly. We are waking up, yay! And here
Yes.
you two are. Thank you. I'm writing and listening. Yes, man. I think we realized that I tell you, I woke up, y'all be seeing me, I'll be like, y'all, we got to flip this. Come on. Yes, there's a programming class cable also. The classes are called Great Courses, ladies. Okay, great courses. And you said that they're on cable. Miss Jackie, give us a little more information. You said they're on the cable TV and there's free classes. Tell me a little more. I would love to know more about it because I'm not familiar. And then DJ, hey DJ, peace and blessings to you. Yes, she says greetings to both. Felicia, I think you can make a lot of money in Bitcoin. I knew that was the future, but a lot of people wasn't ready.
Right.
When is the class with Karla? Yes. So the class actually is this Sunday. I'm sorry, it's next Sunday, which is the 12th. Karla, is that
Yep.
correct?
Yep. Next Sunday, the
Okay.
12th.
Next Sunday the 12th from 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again,
Yes.
1 to 3. If you actually, it's in the description box. I already put the link in, y'all. I'm getting better at this. I got so much more time. I can do things right. So amazing. So if you look in the description box now, or you can do it after we're done, you can see the link is already there. It's already set at $47. In the next 2 days, you got 48 hours to get it at the normal 2 hour. We both decided the 2 hour was going to be enough. If we find that after the first workshop, because a lot of times you gotta do part twos to things. If we need to do a second workshop the following Sunday, we can do that as well. But you're going to get practical things that you could actually walk
Yes.
away with. Today we're just actually telling you about why we thought about this and just
Right.
kind of putting you at ease of where we're going, and we're going wherever you want to go. And I mean, I
Right.
really, really love that.
Right.
Thank you. You said it. Felicia said investing in solar power, another powerful thing that we've heard about for many years, but it's going to come to pass, particularly in some place like Africa where the sun shines every day. They're being
Mhm.
offered now as a trial for free up until the 19th of April. And there are so many classes from cooking to mathematics to drawing. I love it. And is that like on Comcast? I think you said Comcast. Is that correct?
Infinity
No,
Comcast.
Xfinity Comcast. Okay. I
Yes.
say maybe I see. Thank you so
Yes.
much. Yes,
Yes.
ladies. I mean, so this is
Yes.
going to be a fun class. Like she said, it's intuitive, it's spiritual in nature, but it's very practical. And I think with our money,
Exactly.
yeah, that's what we really want. We want that practicality. We want something
Exactly.
that's going to keep us, like Comcast is doing in a sense, keep us more feeling like we have hope instead of feeling like we're hopeless. We are
Right.
not, we're going to master this. We're going to overcome it. I'm telling you, when I be having stock in the 5G, don't be mad at me. Don't be mad
Right.
at me when I come out with my millions. I'll be like, dang, she done invested in the 5G. And we was all scared. I'm trying to tell y'all. All
Yeah.
right.
I'm so excited for this opportunity. I think, one of the things, so I love to learn. I'm a forever student. And so
Yes.
I love learning, but I also get so much joy and satisfaction from teaching and facilitating others' learning experiences, others' aha moments, and really being able to implement and take action. And so, it's a 2 hour workshop, and at the end of it, I want you to walk away from it feeling empowered, feeling like I can
Yes.
do this. And not only feeling that, but having something written down, a plan in place, so that the next day, when you wake up on Monday, you're like, this is the action I'm taking on Monday, this is the action I'm taking on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So that way, over the next 30 days, at the end of the 30 days, you will have really shifted your
Yes.
knowledge, your perspective, on where
Yes.
you are and being able to make money moves in your life in the time of crisis and beyond.
That's right. Absolutely. And you know what? I think we're being examples of this money making moves right now. I mean, we both decided to team up together because that's another thing that I'm really seeing in what I call the new world order that I think is positive. And I'm using it as a positive term, not negative.
Yes. Right.
And that, yeah, I think that it's really important that I think that we realize we have to do it together. That
Yes.
we're mightier together. Again, learn that from being here. The togetherness. I don't know if family members. My sister was asking me about this idea of the rent and how I said you pay rent either a year, 2 years, or 3 years, right?
Hmm.
And she, well, how would the people in Ghana be able to afford renting an apartment if they have to come up with 3 years rent? Which is a great question because, and I said to her, well, wait, actually, Ghanaians, I don't really know if they rent because they live with each other. They live in compounds where they actually have houses already left to them, or they live in the house of their mother, or the
Right.
house of their father, or the father leaves land to them. So the idea of renting, they wouldn't do it anyway. The wealth is all, in a sense, whatever wealth looks like, and I think passing down of your property is still wealth, is already there built in. So it's just that idea too. That's why I said I think this is very important to get a global perspective, and I think that that's what we're getting right now. Because when you have a more of a global perspective, you start thinking things differently. You're right. Does everybody rent? No. Does most Ghanaians rent? Probably not. It's going to be foreigners, not to just say foreigners that don't look African Americans, African from other countries. These are the folks. It's actually smarter here rather than even giving 3 years of rent. Like I said, you can actually buy property, buy land, and actually would be less expensive and own it out and out. I think what I want us to start thinking about is perspectives. And
Yes.
that because I think what we're going through is such a different perspective than nobody ever thought. Okay, the conspiracy theorists they did they knew some stuff was coming, but the
Right.
rest of us we never saw this. I know I didn't. I didn't wait. What they was going to wake up in late March, April. This is what's going to be happening. But I think it's such a shift in perspective, and we were not ready. And I think that now we have to start shifting perspectives as quickly as the universe is. In other words, be ahead of it. Matter of fact, now we create the new perspective. We start creating shifts in perspective, and we do that by looking at where we are. Today you was yesterday you was one place, today you're another. That's how the world works. But the thing is, we're not helpless in it. Right now, we feel like this is a perspective I didn't ask for. This is a perspective I wasn't ready for. But in actuality, this shows you the power of perspective shifting. And so, are you ready to shift your perspective
Lisa,
around money? Yes.
yeah, we like to because there's lots of mosquitoes here. So we
Okay.
like to come to diner.
Sure. Okay. Actually, you know what? I am done, so I'll be off in 2 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So yes, perspective is everything. So ladies, I see Karla is coming out. So what we're going to do is they actually have to use this room. So I'm going to actually go, but I want to make sure that Karla is still here. I still see we're getting a little in friction. So let me just wrap it up. Okay, free trial. Thank you so much for telling us about the free trial up to the 19th. Okay, thank you for that, Miss Jackie. I'm so excited. There are also classes to get fit as well. I'm so excited. There are folks that are saying that the 5G is affecting us, but I don't know if it's true or not. I do think we should invest in it. Absolutely. Well, we know the perspective is out there, but we just want to
Right.
change the narrative. So anyway, Carla is here. We're here. We only said a 1 hour, so I'm going to actually let us go so we can move on to some other things that we need to do. But first of all, ladies, I want to thank you so much. Again, the link is in the description box for the 2 hour workshop. I'm sorry, April 12th, which is a week from tomorrow, Sunday, from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. y'all's time, Eastern Standard Time. And so we both will be there. Carla is leading the show, and we are all going to participate. So please feel free, and I'll be announcing it throughout the next courses. And I just want to say thank you so much. And thank you, Carla, so much
Thank
for
you.
this so seamlessly and easily. And it just shows you life is really on our side. So, Carla, could you
Exactly.
Carla, and what I would like you to do is text me all of your information so I can
Okay.
add the description box so the ladies, if they want to get in touch with you for any reason, they can. Yeah, go to the description box. Everything will be there. And I just want to say, Midasi, and thank you so much. Midasi Pa is thank you so much. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you. Audrey says thank you. Audrey says thank you. And who else says thank you? And Jackie says thank you as well. Midasi Pa, ladies, love you. Carla will be, her information will be in the description box, and the link is already there. Come through. Love you, ladies.
Yes.
Have a
Yes.
wonderful night.
Hope to
Carla,
see you soon.
any last words?
Oh, I just want to say, just remember, time waits for no man or woman,
That's
and
right.
we do not want to waste this opportunity right now.
That's right. And so it is.
Yep.
Peace and blessings, y'all.
Thank you.
Midasi.